In the modern world, wars are rarely fought with tanks and soldiers alone. They are fought with policies, with economics, and with tariffs. A single tariff decision can raise prices overnight, disrupt global supply chains, and trigger retaliation across continents. And in recent history, no world leader used tariffs more aggressively or more openly than Donald J. Trump. This documentary explains what tariffs really are, why countries use them, how Donald Trump reshaped global trade through tariffs, and how those decisions continue to affect the world today. This is not a political story. It is a story about power, pressure, and economics. A tariff is a tax imposed by a government on imported goods. When a country imports products from abroad, it can charge an additional fee at the border before those goods enter the domestic market. The purpose is simple. Imported products become more expensive, and domestic products become more competitive. Tariffs are paid by importers, but their cost is often passed directly to consumers. There are three main types of tariffs. Ad valorem tariffs are charged as a percentage of a product's value. For example, a 25% tariff on imported steel. Specific tariffs are fixed charges per unit, such as a set fee for every imported vehicle. Compound tariffs combine both methods. During the Trump administration, high ad valorem tariffs were the most commonly used, especially on industrial and strategic goods. Countries impose tariffs for several reasons: to protect domestic industries from foreign competition, to preserve local jobs, to reduce trade deficits, and to generate government revenue. But tariffs are not only economic tools, they are also political instruments. Governments often use tariffs to apply pressure when negotiations fail or when strategic interests are at stake. Donald Trump made tariffs a central pillar of U.S. economic policy. His core argument was that the United States had been treated unfairly in global trade for decades. Beginning in 2018, the Trump administration imposed sweeping tariffs on goods from China, the European Union, Canada, Mexico, and other major trading partners. The U.S.-China trade war became the largest tariff conflict in modern history, affecting hundreds of billions of dollars in goods. Trump's approach was direct. If another country imposed tariffs on the United States, the U.S. would respond with even higher tariffs. Tariffs under Trump were used as leverage. They were designed to force renegotiation of trade deals, restrict foreign access to U.S. markets, and signal economic strength to domestic audiences. Major targets included steel, aluminum, technology products, automobiles, and consumer goods. In response, countries like China imposed retaliatory tariffs on American exports, particularly agricultural products. The result was a full-scale trade war. The effects were mixed. Some domestic industries received short-term protection. Manufacturing became a central political issue again. But tariffs also raised consumer prices, disrupted global supply chains, and created uncertainty for businesses. Most economists agree that the long-term costs were borne largely by consumers and exporters rather than foreign governments. Even after Trump left office, many of his tariffs remained in place. Trade tensions continued. Protectionist policies became more normalized. Trump's legacy was not just the tariffs themselves, but the precedent he set. Tariffs became a permanent tool of geopolitical competition. In the 21st century, trade has become a battlefield. Tariffs have replaced tanks. Economic pressure has replaced military force. Donald Trump's tariff strategy changed how nations compete, not through war, but through prices. And as long as countries compete for influence, tariffs will remain one of the most powerful weapons in global politics.